Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jaylee. This is JayLeesCorner. This is my review for Love After Lockup. This is season 4, episode 6. Y'all know the foolishness continues. The foolishness continues to continue, okay? But y'all know it's the weekend. So on the weekend, I don't really be on camera. Okay, it's like I want to work without working. So it's like a podcast and whatnot, okay? But y'all know, first things first, make sure to subscribe to my channel to become on JayBird, dots, and dot. Okay. Do not forget to like the video, comment in the comment section, share the video. Y'all know to relax, relate, release, center yourself and everyone around you, and also inhale and exhale round here. Okay. You can also follow me on social media at JayLeesCorner on IG, Twitter, and everywhere else. If you're looking for me, that's my name. That's what it is, okay? Look, you need to be following me on IG. Look, I'm funny on there. I have all the good jokes, all the good posts, okay? Make sure to be around there following your girl, okay? Because again, if you're looking for where video at, I probably told y'all where it is on Instagram, okay? I'm gonna leave that be. Let's move on to the foolishness that is love after lockup. It's some love, more lockup than love, but I'm gonna leave that be too. First couple up, we have the newbie couple from last week, Chaz and Brandon, okay? And now Brandon looks like she had really good work done to her face. So the cheekbones, the nose bone, the eyebrow bone, the chin bones look really, really good. Or she could have great features, I don't know. But Chaz has flown out to Oregon because she got out, okay? She got out of prison or whatever. Now he was bringing up how, she gets out tomorrow. She gonna be my fifth wife, my fifth and final wife. Okay, we're gonna get married within a day or so of her getting out of prison. We also find out her good friend, who she met in prison, okay, is gonna be there as well. But the friend is gonna also bring the guy she was dating when she went to prison, okay? And Brand would say, I don't want him around here because he's my downfall. He on bullshit. And Chad felt like him saying the guy's bad news or whatever, and all he know is they were at a hotel. The hotel got raided, and she was the one there left with the stuff. Now, she was in jail, as we know, for aggravated identity theft. So I feel like she must have been there with like credit cards and names, IDs, or whatever, making things up. So again, they feel like he's the reason she went to jail. Well, part of the reason she went to jail. So again, she don't want nothing to do with him because he was my downfall. Now, on Get Out Day, her friend was there. Her friend was her daughter, and yes, the dude Aaron was there, but Aaron sounded came here to tell her that I appreciate her. I'm like, oh, cause she went to jail for you? Is that it? Okay. But again, I appreciate her. You know what I'm saying? We were good friends or whatever, and I did put money on her books when I had some money. And when Chad said, okay, well, as long as you're not here trying to get her back, because that's me. And Aaron said, well, no, y'all, I wish y'all good luck and the best. Okay. I'm good on that. Now, when she got out, she was happy to see him, hugging, kissing, or whatever. Now they also her dog. I know that's a big ass dog, okay. But when she see Aaron there, her thing like, why he here? We had a whole toxic relationship or whatever, and he was supposed to be helping me get into treatment, but I ended up getting arrested based on his bullshit. So, I mean, I don't like that. But again, she brings up how we only talked like 4 times the whole time I was locked up. And it was maybe just him checking in on her, but it wasn't anything more than that. Okay. And we can also see she made him like a little keepsake box. And I mean him as in Chad, not that ex. But she made him like a little wooden keepsake box that she made in prison that had their initials in it, their wedding date. I'm like, oh, so she want to really marry this man, okay? But she brings up how but when I went to prison, I asked God to please send me someone who could help me and guide me and make my life better. And God sent Chaz. I'm saying so I can't wait to marry him. I was like, oh, could this be like the Marcelino and Brittany, thing? With them it was the same thing. He was a little bit of an older man. She was a bit of a younger woman. And, she wanted someone to fix her life and the harm her, I guess that's happily married. So let's see if that is them. But again, He 55, she's 40. Again, 15-year difference. Um, her eyelashes, a girl, take them lashes off too thick. Anyway, we will see how they work out later on. Now, next up, we have Ray Dean and Rick. This is the thing about Ray Dean and Rick. I don't see it lasting for a couple of reasons. One, he's too into her. She isn't into him enough for this to really work out, okay? Because he wants just him and her forever, and she wants him, her, and the Lady K. Now, we know she had a little 48 hours out, so she was spending time with her family, and with her family and him. And, she was talking to to her stepmom, and, it's like, I really want to be with Rick. I really do like him, whatever, but I also still want to be with Kay. Now, Kay has at least 4 years left in prison. And so she wants to wait for Kay on the outside. She said, well, Rick waited for me on the outside for all these years. And at that time, I was with Kay on the inside. So I've been with Kay longer than I've been with, no, not longer, but she's been with Kay on a day-to-day basis in person. So she has more of a connection to Kay. She's only been dealing with Rick this long time, but again, inside and outside. So she's like, she's just more comfortable with Kay, truthfully. And she brings up how now that she's on the outside with Rick, she wants to wait on Kay, how Rick waited on her. And I was like, girl, if you say so. So she was talking to her father, who's asking her, like, what are you doing or whatever. And it's like, I really just don't know if I would be Rick for the rest of my life. I just want to kind of date and see how it goes. Her dad, like, well, I just feel like if you think it won't work, like, don't use him. I didn't raise you to be using people. So, like, if you don't really want that, just tell him so he can move on with his life. And Radine feel like him saying, like, I'm figuring things out and I'm tired of people, like, pressuring me to kind of make a decision. I'm looking like, but you had years to figure out what you wanted. And I kind of agree with her dad, like, I think she know things may not work out with him because she knows she also wants Kay. She know Rick don't want that. So I'm like, girl, let that man go. Leave it be, okay? Now, we do see her and Rick go get, like, ice cream or whatever. And they're like a regular couple, but they both still know it's some looming that isn't fully right, okay? And on the way back to him taking her to the halfway house, they're talking or whatever. And he, like, I guess the whole 2 days they was together, the girl Kay kept calling. So he said, when Kay gets out of prison, and all these years down the line and we together, the weekend or the time that y'all are supposed to spend together, I'm going to blow your phone up the same way she did us. Like, the whole time, she kept calling. And when Radine said, well, I have to talk to her every day. And, she only called like 2 times a day or whatever. I'm like, yeah, but if you only have 2 days out to be with him, is it fair for you to take some of that time and be talking to Kay on the phone? You can talk to Kay anytime. You really can't see him anytime. I'm gonna leave that be too. But he also brings up how had he known about Kay, he would not have been with her. Okay, that we can try to see how things gonna go, but if I can't handle you and Kay, like, I wish y'all well, but I won't stay around or whatever, because I feel like I was basically set up, meaning you didn't tell me about her. Everyone else knew about her except me. You didn't tell me on purpose. So I'm kind of stuck loving you but not happy with the whole situation. And he also brings up how, I was like the guy with the money, and he was asking her, like, what do you really want? I just want to, like, get my life together, whatever, not be with anybody overbearing. I want to get a job or whatever, spend time with you. But also, I want you to know Kay ain't going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Because I spent years with Kay, so she's familiar. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what it's like to be with you yet. And again, it's okay that she wants to figure things out, but because she know she don't want to be without Kay, you should leave him alone now. Because even if things with y'all to work out, the one thing you know for a fact is that you do not want to be without Kay, and he don't want that. So why waste 2 years being with Rick if you know for a fact you don't want to not be with Kay? Because someone wasted their time or whatever. And what she did not like was him bringing up how, oh, so I would just look out the money. Well, I'm so disgusted with you feeling that way. I'm like, I mean, but he was. But he dropped off the halfway house. And she only got 30 days left there. Or whatever. So we shall see. But again, honey, they're not gonna make it. Let's move on from them. Lacey and Antonia, okay? I feel like this is a train wreck we can all see happening for many reasons. But the more I watch, the more I'm looking like, girl, why are you with this man? So, he got a prison or whatever. And, they driving around. She had him some cold food that she had made. And he like, well, it's cold. Like, I want some warm food. But he also ran. I'm like, where he get weed from? I'm like, how was he in the car already smoking the blunt? When did y'all did you know to have a blunt ready, girl? Well, she probably smoked weed too. Anyway, so he like, can we go get me some warm food? And can you get it? Because I don't really want to go in and be around people. He was in the hole for about 2 years. So he's like, I'm just so used to being by myself. I have to kind of get out of this awkward, be by myself phase that I got going on or whatnot. And so she said, he brought up how he was, to on this, he brought up how long he had been in the hole, which is solitary confinement. And so she knew it'd be different, but she didn't realize how as soon as he got out, it would be weird for him to even be around her. But whatever. So as they driving, back or whatever, he like, can I go see my mom? Can you take him to my mom's house? And she just wants him and her to spend time together. She felt like if he go over there with his mama, they're gonna be drinking, smoking, or whatever. And who knows what can happen and how he don't think about what could happen. And that's how he ended up that's how he ended up being in prison. And he feel like, don't you concern yourself with me and my mom. Like, don't even, ask the questions or whatever. I want to see my mama. And I'm like, it's his mama. What she want? But when they called his mama got COVID. So he can't go see her or whatever. Which makes Lacey happy. Well, she said, I feel bad that she got COVID, but I also am happy that me and him can now just spend time together because he can't go see her. They do FaceTime the mama and the grandma when he get there, and they was just partying. And I'm like, Lacey and Antonio at the house, and he just smoking weed and smoking blunts, looking high as a kite. I'm like, is he on probation? Is he out? Girl. Anyway, the reason why this is gonna be a train wreck is because he not ready to be around people. He not really ready for a relationship. But he like, because she did so much for me, um, I just have to I care for her. Because he also brought up that they was about to have sex. And he brings up how he hasn't had sex since the day before he went to jail. And that was with his last girlfriend. The last girlfriend, did not wait for him, of course. And then he ended up talking to Lacey because, his mom introduced him. And the crazy part was, I don't know why I was under the impression Lacey and Antonio was talking before he went to prison. He had a whole other girlfriend. So you really was talking to me when he was in girl. Lacey, a girl has several seats, but let's get to who was next? Oh, the threesome. Okay, Kevin, Tiffany, and Curtis. Now the last we saw of them was when Kevin punched Curtis. Okay, and knocked him out a little bit. And then Tiffany told Curtis, I need some time, to buy my stuff, whatever. You go ahead and leave. It's okay. I'm like, you really invited that man there just for him to get knocked out. Tiffany, you ain't shit. Okay. But anyway, so now it's just Tiffany and Kevin. And, she called Kevin, can you come back and get me? Can we talk? I want to talk to you or whatever. But she tells us the real reason she did that is because she's like, I'm paroled to his address. So, like, I have to be at his house. If I'm not there, I can get in trouble. She realized, damn, I can't go anywhere else. I have to be at his house. Let me get my shit together and be with, who my PO think I'm going to be with. So he come back and get her. He like, oh, so he left you here on the curb. So when I told him to leave, I made him leave or whatever. Look, I was nervous about getting out. I wanted some time to get my mind right or whatever. I wasn't trying to end things with you, but I just needed a moment, okay? And that's why I had him come get me. But Curtis is really just a friend. He's not someone I was dating. I'm like, but you kissed him before Kevin knocked him out. Okay, so again, it was just weird or whatever. But she's just put it on. Think I still like you, babe. I'm sorry. Okay, my fault, my bad. I really want to be with you and let's talk. Can we go back to the house? And Kevin was like, all right. I don't know why I'm listening to her. I don't know why I'm dealing with her, whatever. But again, I care for her. And so me and her is gonna go back to the house or whatever. But he do say you could have been honest with me if that's how you felt. If you needed time to kind of calm down or whatever, why not tell me that? I'm like, but she told you don't come get her. You came anyway, you know. So she kind of and she did say, I'm nervous. Like you don't have to come get me. You came anyway. So they get back to his house. And she brings up how she's been getting in trouble since she was around 18. And then later on, her house got raided and they found guns and drugs or whatever, so she was in jail. She brings up how if she had not gotten arrested, she would have either been dead or she would have still been in that bad life. So she's like, prison saved my life. But she's now on parole for the next 15 years. Yes, 15 years. How old is she? Let's see. She's 32. Damn. So she gonna be on parole till she's 47? Girl, okay, you can't do shit for life. Anyway, but she's telling him how, she's saying to us how she's on parole for 15 years. And I don't want to be around cops. I don't want to be, getting into any trouble. And that's why when him and Curtis was fussing and fighting, she kind of just got away because again, I'm fresh out the place, and y'all fuss and fighting. It's police around. I don't want to be associated with that. I was just out my way, or whatever. But I'm like, girl, if you don't want drama, you should not be with Kevin. Leave that man, okay? And Kevin the whole time trying to make her feel bad about, saying how she was, nervous or whatever. My feelings was hurt. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, that's complete bullshit. Because you were still fucking your ex Kayla on Sundays. And it's aggravating to me that Curtis is making it seem like he just understand them guy and she played him. No, sir, you lying to her. Okay, y'all both probably lying to each other. But the thing is, don't try to make her feel guilty when you just as guilty as she is. Because you were literally fucking someone else, okay? She just had somebody come pick her up from prison. Anyway, we do see they had sex on the first night. She said it was good, okay? It was great. Because he's cute. He got nice lips. Okay, he's attractive. I was like, but he's an asshole too. I mean, it's cool to see a dude knock somebody out if that's what you like. But Kevin also gives off creepy cheater vibes, so I couldn't like him. Okay, I could not do it. Now Tiffany brings up how she do wonder if she can kind of make Kevin be the one to settle down because she know he's a playboy. And Kevin brings up how, well, that's what we gonna do. It's gonna be just me and you. We're gonna both cut everybody else off. It's just me and you. Ooh, baby, liars. Okay, and as they sitting up there in the morning eating breakfast in the living room or whatever, his phone keep going off. Bring, bring that ass here, okay? Because he's lying to her. And who is it? Is Kayla. Kayla keeps calling him and texting him. He keep ignoring it, but she see the phone going off. And she, he just kind of keeps ignoring the calls and the texts or whatever because he has not told Tiffany about Kayla, and Kayla does not know about Tiffany, which is why I say Kevin ain't shit. Okay, Kevin ain't shit. And I'm like, Kevin is going to get Tiffany in trouble because you already fought someone which brought police and shit, which got her in trouble. And when Kayla find out about you and Tiffany, she gonna come and be on some bullshit, and her and Tiffany gonna end up fighting. And if you get Tiffany locked back up, somebody should beat your ass anyway. So when Tiffany upstairs getting dressed, he takes the call from Kayla because as he said, he's not fully ready to stop talking to her. Okay, he going to see how things go with Tiffany before he like let Kayla go for sure. And I was like, you ain't shit. Ooh, he ain't shit. But we're gonna see what's gonna happen later on. Okay, let's move on to the last couple. And that is Andy and Harry. Okay, foolish one and foolish two. And we see now it's now a foolish three. Okay, so Harry has been out the halfway house for a week. Okay, for a week. That's it. And in the week he's been home, out of halfway house, he didn't got into it with his sister, and they left and went to a hotel. Okay, they was pulled over, by the cops because he was driving he should not have. Okay, they went to the little psych lady, and we then see him go visit his daughter when we did not know he had a daughter. All these things happen within a week. Now, someone commented in my comment section and said they wonder if the baby mama originally said she did not want to film the show, and that's why we have not heard about her or even him having a kid until now, because the mama did not agree to be on the show, and maybe she agreed after the fact, and so they went back and shot a scene, to make it seem like it happened in whatever time. But I'm like, either way it goes, it's kind of crazy. So we see that Harry and Andy is having a little date night. Okay, a little date night. They want to have some time together, whatever. And when she said, I thought our first date would be all romantic and I'll be dressed up, they went to a rock climbing arcade. Why? Because Harry's a child. And so was Indy. Indy brings up how things have been crazy since he's been home, but she just hope we can have some time together and get better. Girl, when I say God is sending you every red flag you need and you just running red flag lights, like, is you blind? She may need glasses. I don't know. Anyway, they having fun or whatever, walking on walking on walls, climbing walls and doing little fun. It's like adult fun shit, but also kiddie fun things or whatever. And so they having fun and laugh. It's like, so because we had a good time, like we can have sex tonight, okay? We can do marriage and babies. And he was like, yeah, yeah. Now he brings up how they are not using protection. Okay, meaning they having sex and he's going in raw. And he said he's not ready for babies. And production said, but you do know what happens when you don't use protection. This fool actually said you don't get pregnant just because you don't use protection. They have a whole method to not have a baby. It's called the pull-out method. I was like, the, the confidence that he said that in, as in we were stupid. Like, y'all so dumb. Y'all think babies come from when you don't use protection? You so dumb. It's a method to prevent pregnancy. You just pull out. I was like, you know how many? You probably a pull out baby. Okay, look, Harry and Indy both are probably pull out babies. Okay, let's just say that. I'm like, look, because it's like, what is wrong with you, sir? Are you foolish? Um, he's so stupid. It's called a pull up. I was like, sir, that don't work all the time. Look. The pull-out method isn't a method. It's just not, okay? So we then see Harry and he's sitting there. His phone goes off, and Indy sees a text, but all she could see was a girl name saying in his phone as T Baby, and it had like hearts and and lovey hearts and all that shit on it. And so now she pissed. I seen the phone. I seen T Baby. Okay, T Baby. He's like, what do you care? Like, why? Don't be. No. He tell her you shouldn't care or worry about that. And when she said, okay, I was like, girl, oh, so you want to be a fool? Look, dude. If I see T Baby with hearts and shit in the phone, and that ain't your mom or your daughter, we finna fight. We finna not. I don't mean fight, but I mean we don't need to be together, because why do you have look? Them emojis be mean and shit, okay? And if you took the time to pick out the emojis and put like 5 of them in there, then that's someone who matters to you. And I need to punch you in the throat and then leave you, okay? And when production asked him in his confessional, well, who was Terry? I don't want to answer that question. They're like, really? He's like, yeah, I'm not gonna talk about it. Indy gets pissed because again, she know he probably cheating again, and so she leaves him at the arcade or whatever. And we then see Harry never came home. Okay, so she left him at the arcade. He then went into the night somewhere else, even though he's fully aware because he's supposedly supposed to be on tether, meaning you're supposed to be at the house. The reason I'm like, are y'all lying about him having an ankle monitor? Because ain't no way that this is the third time he has not went home. Okay, the first time when him and Indy went to the hotel, the second time she dropped him off at his friend's house, he stayed out all night, and then this time when she didn't come pick him up, when she left him there, he went somewhere else. Why the police came and got him? Why the ankle monitor ain't beeping? Because usually, if you have a curfew, if you ain't at the house at the curfew time, it goes off and they come get you from where you at. It's a located, girl. Get out my damn face. Anyway, Indy says she feel like he's cheating on me or whatever. It's like I just feel like he's cheating on me. And like I'm just here by myself. I done came all the way here to Ohio. I don't have no family here. I got family back in my state, but not here. What happened? Saying I just like he just left me here alone. I'm like, no, you took your ass there alone. You got there alone. He left you where you was. Okay, which isn't right. But I mean, girl, God is saying, my child. Did you not hear me talking to you? I'm speaking directly to you. Leave him, my child. And she ain't listen. So her mama called her, and her mama called. Her mama can hear in her voice something ain't right. Okay, what's wrong? What's going on? Nothing, ma. We fine, ma. We're adjusting to things or whatever, but things are fine, ma. She's like, no, I can tell something ain't right. She's like, I'm coming to Ohio. Ma, don't come to Ohio. Ma, bye. I'll call. Bye, ma. We're fine. Bye. And she kind of hangs the phone. Girl, you can't say I'm alone here in Ohio and your mama call you and you ignore. No, God is sending you lifelines and you blocking your blessings. Okay. We then see where Harry was the whole night. Harry was at his other girlfriend's house, Terry. Okay. Terry, who was 25 years old. I was like, Lord Jesus Christ. Okay. The difference is Indy 29, Harry 24, and now newbie Terry girlfriend is 25. Children need to not. Girl, I can't. It's it's so dumb. So Terry, okay, was the resident supervisor at the halfway house that Harry was at all that time, okay, and that's where they met. Not only that, she lost her job fucking around with that boy because as a resident, supervisor at the halfway house, they're not supposed to have relationships with the prisoners who are there in the halfway. The people in the halfway house, and she was fucking around with her. So she got fired. She lost her job over this. Girl, you lost your job over a 24-year-old jobless felon who she knew was living with his sister and his girlfriend. So why? When she said, we clicked, what I'm saying? He was intriguing. I'm like, what's intriguing about a 24-year-old prisoner that's a felon? He don't have shit. Okay? He only came to your house because his girlfriend could not take him home. He needed a ride somewhere in a warm bed. I was like, you dumb. Okay, you dumb. And when she asked him, so what's up with you and Indy? He like, I'm here, ain't I? I'm like, because Indy left you in the place. What what is wrong with people? What is going on? And then she tells him, you need to tell Indy that she need to leave you alone, that she should have never came to Ohio to begin with, that y'all over, so there's no reason for her to stay and she should leave. Because she like, I don't want to be, one, like, it's just, it got to be just me and him. I'm like, but you met him knowing he had someone else. You met him knowing that. And she said, well, he told me that him and Indy was spiritually married, but they're not legally married. So what does that even mean? I'm like, either way it go, you knew he had some kind of fake ass, prison pal ass relationship with somebody else, and you then came in because what? He cute, light skin, long hair. You dumb. Terry, you lost your job for a bum. Okay, who's already bumming off his sister because he has nowhere to live. And when Indy leaves, I'm hoping she does, and he's beefing with a sister, he's gonna come live with your house. So he's a homosexual, meaning he would have sex with whoever for a room. Okay, mm, mm, mm. I was like, girl, and then for her to say, oh, Indy should leave, because she should have carried him. I'm like, first of all, Indy was around here before you. Now you're right that she should not have ever came to Ohio. That's true. However, you can't make it seem as if, he knew you first and she then came here and she wrong. No, baby, you the one that's, girl, get out my damn face. And Harry gonna say, I really love Indy, I care for her so much or whatever, because she's a beautiful woman and she's been there for me. But I like Terry. I was like, oh, I don't know who I'm gonna choose. I don't choose between Indy and Terry. I was like, what's the children and dumb decisions. I'm so happy I grew up. I am so happy I grew up. Anyway, that was the whole episode. We're gonna see what happens next week. Other than that, I will talk to y'all later. Do not forget to like the video, comment in the comment section, follow me on social media at JayLeesCorner. But other than that, I gotta go. Peace.